How you switch it up on a new thing. It's your own this shit. I want to get to that part. Now, hold on.
That's the one you should have used. I probably would have fell out my chair.
Because 2 pods ago, you said you didn't like the bridge of the song. What song we listening to?
On it's on its own is my song.
I know, but when it comes, but it seems like it's part of Wu-Tang Forever.
But honestly, I don't have to have Wu-Tang Forever. I have to have On It.
It's yours. Nobody else's. When you dating a girl and she tell you it's yours and nobody else's, it makes you feel good inside. Even if she lying to you. Lie to me sometimes. Tell me it's mine when I know it's for the streets. Welcome back, everybody. This is Syd and I. I am your host, B Love. And like sometimes, I have my very special host with me.
Syd the Kid.
Syd the Kid and B Love. Talk about it. Kick it. We back and we feeling good. I'm not going to do the ta-da, but y'all know the vibes. Listen, that CD, I'm finna make the moment somber real fast. I don't want to make it somber, but I got to tell a story.
My tiny violin.
I got to tell a story. When my dad had passed away, I had to get y'all seen it. I heard that. Don't do for me. When my dad passed away, 2020. I still think he passed from COVID, but they said he had a heart attack. But I think
I gotta tell you about when I got that news. I don't think we ever talked about that.
No, we haven't. I don't think I've ever spoke to any of you guys. That's when we had a super strong click, and then something happened. 2 of the members departed from one another. Now one of them on Instagram turning up every day. Saying, my girl, you my girl. You my dog.
Oh my
God.
Very.
And the other one, this is the APB out on him. We're looking for y'all. I love y'all.
You
still.
Are insane.
Y'all turned up. Well, one of y'all turned up. One of y'all turned down.
Oh my God.
Turn it up,
Turn down who?
Turn it up, Oda. Let her know you out here too, King.
Oh, brother.
Start Oda.
Anyway, keep going.
I got made her sweat.
As if I wasn't already sweating this bitch.
Yeah, damn, already. But anyway, like I was saying, so yeah, I played that album because immediately when I heard my dad pass, I did what most sensible people would do, I think. Threw some clothes in the bag real fast, a suit. I don't even know what I threw in the bag. And I left within like 15 to 30 minutes. I was on the road. And I was crying, and there's nothing wrong with crying. And I was crying like, man, I just can't. I was upset, right? I can't believe you, Dad, nigga. All the emotions.
That's not the safest time for you to be driving. I mean, I get it.
Right. So you know what I had to do? Nothing was the same. I played that album for real for 4 of the 6 hours that I drove home. Because I had it on the ground now. I
bet you did. Pedal to the metal. Then skirt.
I had that Mustang on skates when my dad passed. But yeah, no, I just knew all y'all came together like good friends back in the day. And, you blessed me also.
So I was having a not so good day myself. I was dealing with my lady probs, and I had a doctor's appointment that I felt like didn't really go well. And they were like really pressuring me about scheduling my surgery.
Right.
And so they had called me that day, and they were like telling me all these crazy ass numbers, like it'll be $5,000 for this, that, and that. I was just like so overwhelmed. And then I look at my phone, and India had texted us without you in the group.
Yeah.
And I was already like in a conference room, and I just like bust out crying. I was just like, oh my God, like this is the worst news ever, because it's like, you're my friend.
All that, yes, I friend this. Y'all
like, I was already upset and like in my own situation, but like my heart just broke for you. And I was just like, oh my goodness.
No, I appreciate that. Y'all pulled me through. Seriously, like they did. You don't want to start naming too many people, but all the people that did.
Can't name drop. All y'all, we love.
My line brothers, Ashley actually drove from Memphis to the funerals. It was,
yeah.
Still, but nothing was the same. Whew.
That album like really takes me some places as well. Like I feel like I was in college. It was a lot of like trips to Knoxville. I don't know why. I was dealing with a few niggas, Cameron included.
But the squad was down there too, though. Y'all were dude.
Well, we wasn't squad yet.
Y'all painted the town orange.
No, so actually, so when I was choosing college, I'm gonna make this really quick because this is not a part of what we're talking about today.
So we couldn't.
When I was looking at colleges, so I went to a private school here in Nashville called Answorth.
Talk about it. Big N. Sis, you got to be rich or smart to go there. Which one are you?
Or both.
Oh.
But yeah, so I went there. We were the Tigers. Colors are orange and black. It was a lot of orange and black. And then we were like broken into teams. So you had the black team and the orange team. And I was also an orange. So
At Ainsworth?
At Ainsworth.
Okay.
So when I went to tour UT, it was just even more fucking orange. And it was also too big for me.
Yeah.
It was just too big. And I was trying to do the HBCU route.
I was too.
And so it's crazy that didn't work out for either one of us.
Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. Talk about it. Be Gladys.
So
Chicken and waffles.
So the fuck was I going with this? So yeah, we were not friends yet, but that's what that album reminds me of. Lots of college stuff. Yeah.
You know what's so he just left. Phil loved the album. So I remember when it first came out, Philip, before he had a wife, before Charity. So I'm going to tell on him a little bit. And I love Charity. It's my sister, love her to death. He used to play Drake and buy girls that blue bottle of Riesling. Remember that bottle of
oh my goodness.
He would play that. And so
Tasha loves that bottle of Riesling.
Yes, I nigga bought that bottle. That blue bottle. Yeah. It's called Relax or something like that. That nigga had that Relax. Like it was the magic elixir.
He was telling them hoes to relax and listen to these Drake.
It worked. And he had that Drake on. It's my guy. I love him to death too. But anyway, sorry we missed last week. I went to Detroit. And this we're going to talk about because everything ties in because I'm talking about my friend on Instagram and I'm talking about Detroit. Let me hit
throw some D's on.
During the week. Throw some D's on. She got the D's on.
You need to chill, period.
She got almost said her name.
Oh my God.
My girl, you know I love you. You just a part of these jokes today. Sometimes everybody gotta get the jokes. And you just happen to be the victim of the jokes today. But anyway.
Unbeknownst to me.
I did. She didn't know. She just hopped on the mic and I said,
I did. Get me out of here.
I just saw, and listen, when you on a guys or girls trip, I'm skipping down to like the third bullet point on that list. When you on a guys or girls trip, sometimes, and you have a significant other. Now, if you single, do what the hell you want to do. But if you're on a guys or girls trip and you have a significant other, you got to hide the fun. You can't be out here showing off too much fun when you own your guys or girls trip on the ground. And the reason why is because you don't want to paint the person you with in a bad light. It may not be you popping bottles, flirting with the girl in the middle of the pool, flirting with the guy in the middle of the pool, but it may be your homeboy. So when you pan the camera, and you might not realize what you're panning the camera on, now all of a sudden you see him with the flirt, getting his flirt on, you done dry snitched on him. And now he got to go back and explain that because people screenshot everything. And they going to send that to his woman. And now he got to go back and explain that because your clumsy ass. And it may not even be you. It may be somebody around. So when you're on a guys or girls trip, you can't broadcast the fun for everybody to see. Went to Detroit last week now.
I like your introductions.
Went to Detroit. I had a good time. Me and Josh. I love Josh. I love everybody. I'm in a good, loving mood today.
They'll call you B Love for nothing.
Talk about it. So went to Detroit. And then I got pneumonia in Detroit. It was cold. It was hot. It was cold. Came back. Allergies acted up. It almost rained out. We'll talk about that too. But anyway, we went out there and we went for the opening day baseball game and we went for the basketball game. Now, let me ask you a question. Is there etiquette that you need to have when you leave your significant other to go on a guys or girls trip?
For sure.
What do you expect from Big Cam? Big C, my boy back in the gym with us. Anyway.
And he's happy to be there.
Yeah, he is.
I'm happy for him. I won't say I feel like it's a gender thing when it comes to that. Okay. Because for a man, I don't really feel like y'all really
ain't gonna post a yacht picture.
Leave the funds, I guess. Shit, I don't know. Leave your card. I don't know. So I would say whatever it is that I need done before he leaves. Like if it's something like, hey, I don't know, can you change the light bulb? Yeah. There's one light bulb now. Can you change that before you go?
That's all I need.
I tell you on Monday and you leave on Friday. It's like, that's just an example, but something like that. Yeah. I don't really think that you can really prep me to be with the kids. But I will say maybe make sure during the week that I have some time to myself.
Okay.
Like if you know I'm going to have the kids all weekend by
Let's go.
myself and you going and shaking your ass with your friends, make sure like, okay.
You get a babysitter for 2 hours. And then you
Yeah,
go to the
or
spa.
like, let me do a yoga class that night. Or, when you come home, just try to make things simpler for me so that I'm having a smooth week so that I'm not maybe resenting you the whole time you're gone having fun. And now here I am the rest of the weekend by myself with the kids.
Here I am again on my own. I know every song. I'm a jukebox.
That song going down the road.
Yeah, that's it. I'm a jukebox. Talk about it.
I like that song.
Hey, that's some good ass advice.
I like rock music, like soft rock.
I love rock and roll.
Or like, put some sugar.
Yeah, I like this song too.
Yeah,
You sound like a 1993 commercial that used to go, buy these songs for 99 cents.
About $4.50.
Let me tell you one of my favorite songs. No lie, I got 2 favorite country songs. Then we'll get back on
But
topic.
we're talking about rock.
I know, but I had to say these songs.
Okay.
Because it's, what's my song? Country Roads, Take Me Home,
Okay.
West Virginia, Mountain High. Love this song. Love this. I love this song.
Oh, that was every road.
Yes, I got you, yeah. Country Road, take me home to a place.
Yeah.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama. That's a hell of a song.
And what else?
And man, I got friends in low places.
Oh,
I think I said that on this podcast
You did.
before.
You have.
God bless. That's a great song. Garden Brooks.
God bless.
Shit. That nigga.
I think I'm more of like a Shania. Like when it comes to country, like
Okay.
I'm a man, I feel like a woman type of chick.
Yeah, I like this song.
Or like
they take their song to the next level now.
Faith Hill.
Yeah, Faith Hill. Okay, I'm with you.
Like, ooh, I love the way you.
I like this song. I like this song.
Me. You hear that shit like in public. So you're walking down aisle 9 and like,
And that's where you hear most of these songs at. That's where you hear them.
Yeah.
But as far as rock, I love rock and roll songs.
Yeah.
Out of here. I love
but
that
that's
shit.
rock. But I do like soft rock. Anyway, you were saying
About the trip. We're talking
Yes.
about the trip.
Oh, you said that was some good advice. Yes. Just make
I
sure
didn't even
that
think about
when
that.
I have kids, like if I was a single lady, it's like, okay, make sure we spend some time together before you dip. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you out of town thinking with your rounds, yo coochie pink, yo.
Booty hole. That's the booty hole right there. You got wrinkle
But
pig.
yes, if you have kids, just make sure your lady got some alone time, some me time, some time to decompress. So when she gets to the weekend, it's
Fire.
not like, oh my God, now, it's fuck you, the whole time
I'm
you
out.
go, look at him having fun with them
Don't
stupid ass,
post.
bald head ass man. And I'm sitting here, these goddamn
That's why
kids.
you can't post. You can't overdo
You
it.
can post.
No.
You don't have to post. Well,
Don't listen to this advice. Now
you
it's
can
bad
post.
advice.
You don't have to post everything. I think that's with
I agree.
anything though.
I
That's
agree.
with life in general. Unless you're trying to be a content creator, influencer, you want everybody to see.
Turn up.
There's nothing wrong with posting whatever it is you want to post, but you just have to.
You got to be mindful of your surroundings.
Yeah, but if we've had a great week and you did everything you need to do, and you get post happy on the gram because you on a guy trip, post your
Turn
shit.
up. Turn
Do
up.
your big one.
Do your big one. It's crazy.
It's not too much.
Listen, I posted 3 times while I was gone. I was mindful. Because not because I didn't want her to see, but sometimes I like to live in the moment.
Because I
I'm
feel
that
like
guy.
if you ain't posting enough, then it make it like you're doing.
Now you're like a cold-hearted snake. Another good song. Check it out. So you gotta be careful. I did post, went to the Detroit Pistons game, posted. We were getting ready to go to the baseball game, posted. We got there, posted. I did a little posting, but I'm in a moment. I'm trying to live in the now.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that. But the advice was solid.
Thanks.
One of my homeboys.
Clap it up for me.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get you deserve,
Thanks.
Mama D. So listen, when you leave, something else you have to make sure you do. One of my homeboys forgot, and we were in the club.
Fucked up.
We turned to
Got
the
my
man,
people with me.
and my homeboy looked at this phone and said, "Oh man," I said, "What's wrong, bro?"
Did he miss his babies?
Nah, I missed my phone call before we went out.
Oh.
So he went damn near all day. And now we in the club. It's damn near probably about, I'm going to say 12:30. He said, "Hey, man."
The fact that you looked like that was going to be late, I thought you was going to say like 3.
Nah, the club
12:30.
closed at 2.
Okay.
We only had an hour and a half left. And we shut it down. It done.
I
was
bet you
flowing.
did. Dying.
And the Red Bull was in my system. I drank a bang that night. Anyway, he said, "Hey, man, I forgot to call my woman to check in before we came out." And boy looked at his phone with a face of stone. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to live it up tonight. because tomorrow I'm going to have to hear her mouth. And I said, damn it, brother. That's the way you go out. Go out with a bang. Now, if you're going to go out with a bang.
I mean, I don't think so. Me and Cameron don't have the phone call situation. Like,
y'all don't got to check in at all?
Yeah, we check in, but we don't have to talk on the phone. Like, we can be texting.
Okay.
I think we've graduated from the I need to see your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I trust Cameron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like when you don't trust your significant other, that's when you're trying to see, this and the third. But, you texting me and saying, hey, we're about to do this, or hey, we're back at the Airbnb. Maybe you call me before you got to go
for sure.
I'll be up late. So
you do.
Cameron might call me.
He might call you at 4 o'clock when you get in.
He's not getting in there for
Leave your name after the beat. It's another good song. I'm not going to tell y'all who that's by. Figure it out.
So, yeah. I think we talked about checking in. I
think we did talk about checking
etiquette.
in.
We talked about etiquette.
India, yeah. And she don't really trip now, depending on who I'm with. Like, she knew this guy's trip had a set agenda. So she was like, all right, do your thing. I know when y'all coming back. We drove. Now, what scared me, though, I thought the guy's trip almost had got canceled because the day before we left, rain. It rained all night. We were up literally from 2:30 a.m. until 5 o'clock a.m. in the pantry downstairs.
It was that night. Okay.
Yeah, India's a stormophobe. I don't know if that's what it's called or not. But she's scared of rain. Y'all know it's a pod.
It was more than rain going on, though. We had some tornado watches. That's why you got in the closet.
Nigga, we was in the closet like chaos.
So was Cameron in
where were you at?
In the bed with the baby.
Oh, y'all about to get blown away.
No. So obviously our closet is in our bedroom.
Okay. It don't matter.
He had already woke up Winter and they were in there, with the iPad, watching the news and all that jazz. If he would have been like, okay, like for real, like, because, they're showing the streets and all that shit. I'm not waking the baby up.
For sure.
Wait till you can go throw her back in her bed. The baby, he's in our room.
It's a project.
I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to get her down than it is him down. But I was just like, okay, just keep me posted. And I was going back and forth from the bed to the closet, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I was in the bed.
It had got to the point where we were doing the same thing. We would go in the closet and then it'd be a tornado warning for
like 15.
3 o'clock, 3:15. 3:15 come, we go back in the bed. All of a sudden,
yeah, them sirens was loud.
We go back in the closet. After a while, I just say, I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. It is what it is. I'm not going back up no stairs. It is what it is. But my question is for you, because I thought about this, how big are y'all on preparation? Meaning like y'all got batteries, meaning y'all got extra oatmeal, meaning you got extra panties. If you boo-boo on yourself, what you got? Come on, talk about it.
You boo-boo on yourself is crazy. Well, I do laundry every day.
Yeah,
so we got plenty of panties
plenty
and drawers
underwear
to
ready.
last us
Ready.
Through the apocalypse. We have hella candles. And I feel like you do too.
Yeah, I do got a lot of
we're candle people. So we got candles. The food situation, I mean, we got everything in the pantry. We have a fully stocked pantry normally. So
I was in stock with junkie.
As long as we got bread and peanut butter and jelly, I think.
It's sweet Jesus, King Jesus.
Hello.
Come on, I'm talking about.
I got King Jesus.
Come on, man.
I don't need nobody.
Come on, man. You
else.
seen?
It's Palm Sunday.
You seen? It is Palm Sunday. Come on now, wave them. Where your palms in the air? You really know.
Where them palms?
Hey, hot where the palm at?
I hate that song.
I do too. I don't like it.
I don't even want to learn the dance.
If you don't know the dance, baby, listen.
I don't want to. I'm still flexing.
Oh yeah, y'all are flexing, y'all. I can't wait. But then you say that, but I bet soon as you go out, when it get a little bit more warm, we go to the rooftop, you're going to be fanning.
First of all, I don't have a fan, period. It's like, well, where do y'all just be putting these fans in? I guess, where are the fans in?
Where are the fans? I know where the only fans are, if you know what I mean. Only fans. Hey.
And the link in bio.
The link in bio. Figure that out quickly.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't even think I've seen the dance enough to be like, oh, I want to learn that.
Let me tell you, the fact that you say where the fans at and you mean literally where the fans at, we went to the Beyonce concert. And listen, I love my community, the LGBTQIA plus community. When I tell you, when that damn heated came on, this dude beside me went in his back pocket, fuck out. I said, this nigga is a ninja. That nigga pulled out that fan, pow,
That's my song, though.
I said, what? This was the first time
There's a whole lot
I
of
saw
fans.
somebody have a fan really on beat. I think he deserves a portion of the song Where Them Fans At, because Cuz was, now I'll tell you what he had on. Had his ass out like the Prince chap. So I don't know where he pulled that fan out, if you know what I mean, but he pulled that fan out and got
Maybe that's where they be keeping them. Because where the fuck you? A fan can't fit in my purse.
It's big. See, I love y'all. Y'all my peoples. I love everybody. But anyway, I was laughing because I looked. We get done talking about preparation. I come back to that, but preparation too.
Preparation H. That's all I can think about.
Preparation. I was also talking to Phil a minute ago, and he said it's a good idea to put an extra jack in your wife's car. Also, when she's going out of town, fellas, this is not a relationship. Something you should do. If you know your wife travels a lot for work, get her a jack that works. Don't have her with the little small dumbass jack in the back of the car because she has the blowout. She needs a jack that can lift the car up fast, and hopefully AAA or somebody can come help her change her tire.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't give a fuck about no kind of jack.
You about to say that?
I ain't about to jack shit.
Jack something else, ain't jacking no car.
Whoa.
That's all I'm jacking. Pull it out, Cam. You want to get jacked?
Oh my God.
You said it, not me.
That wasn't the type of jacking I was talking about.
Oh, my bad. Jacking for beats? You jacking people? What are you jacking, nigga? Jacking everything. Jack up all trades over here. Sheesh.
Something's wrong with you.
But no, so listen. He also said you need to get her a jumper cable box that charges up. She can put that in her car too.
Yeah.
So like, man, it's a good idea. So fellas, I'm putting y'all on game. Mother's Day is coming up. Watch out.
But don't buy me none of that
Don't
shit.
buy none of that for Mother's Day.
Get it for Christmas. That's what Cameron has done.
Just get up in just randomly like, hey,
yeah,
baby, look,
there we go. I mean, you're the one that brought up Mother's Day.
Because I'm about to get there too. Okay. What you want for Mother's Day? That's what I was getting to next. I'm getting there too.
we all over the place today. I would like.
It's a waste of water.
I would like to date myself, I think.
Y'all say that every year, right? And that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Do you want something different for Mother's Day this year? Because every year, y'all darn near get the same thing.
Okay, so maybe this year y'all sitting us somewhere. Again, send me out of town.
No joke. I thought about it. Let me tell you, and she may or may not listen, but I thought about hitting up Cameron and be like, hey, bro.
Hey, don't think about it.
You know that once we have money.
We want to go to Miami and we just want to eat.
This is crazy. This was a good idea that I had there.
It is.
I was like, bro,
make it happen. No, don't say nothing else.
Okay.
Next topic. So that's what we want for Mother's Day.
Hours ago.
If you a mother, you tell that motherfucker to book the trip today.
If you a mother and you a motherfucker, book the trip. Talk about it. Because you doing it. Hey, where is it? You know what to do when you get there.
Yeah.
It was nice. On my mind.
Honestly, 48 hours. I don't need too much. But if we're here, if we're local, if we're staying, I want some time. Send me to the spot. 4 Seasons.
Y'all like that one? I thought y'all didn't like that one.
I like the 4 Seasons.
Which one did y'all
I like the Grand Hyatt. She likes the 4 Seasons. I think when you sent her that time, the pool, the amenities were closed, but then they opened them back up.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So I would like to do that. I love a spa. You can't go wrong with that. And it needs to be a fancy spa with a pool and all the amenities. It can't be no damn massage in me.
I'm laughing because one of these topics I already started off with, like unintentionally. And I said, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want.
Yeah, I was laughing at that joke because that is funny.
I just kicked it right on off. Like, bloop, just kicked it off. Ask
it.
So we had an off mic conversation. And I don't know what. This came from an Instagram post. We seen each other shit on Instagram at least 12 times a day. So much so that we might miss it. And then she'll say, look up at what I just sent you. Now I have to go scroll back up and find it, right? So we had a topic, we had a conversation randomly the other day, and we were talking about if we were out in public and we were we were doing dirt. We were doing dirt. Just gonna keep it real. Do I tell Cam? Did she tell Indy? Now, mind you, we all closer than close now, so it's going to be a little difficult for us not to. So, in the situation, it's randomly. Would you tell somebody else? It don't got to be us. Would you tell?
I'm not going to go out of my way to tell.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like if I see you and you see me, I'm probably gonna say something. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I'm not gonna act like I don't see you. So let's use you and I.
Yeah. We can just keep it.
Because I feel like you know where your
keep it above.
You see, you know where your loyalty lies. I can get it out. You know where your loyalty lies. So obviously, like, you know, India is.
But see, in this situation, I think that's a little bit tricky. Because I think you got to be loyal to both of us.
I am loyal to the both of y'all.
I think you got to be loyal to the soft. I understand girl code.
Yeah, that's
girl code.
Girl code, guy code. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you're going to run out of your way to tell me something about Cameron. But I will also say it's a time and a place. So it's like, if I know that you guys maybe not be in the greatest space already, I'm not going to add insult to injury. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, well, speaking of Barry, I did see him over there with Shaniqua the other day when I was at Baskin Robbins getting the 2 scoops of Oreo cookies and cream.
He trying to get him 2 scoops.
He was between her 2 scoops.
Hey.
I would not go out of my way, but I would say something to you. And I feel like we're friendly enough and family enough for me to check you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, I probably wouldn't come up to you and be like, man, you know, I'm gonna tell you anything else. I over here with this bitch.
You wrong, nigga.
Honestly, I would probably say something to her if I said something to you. Like, hey, girl, what's your name? Who are you?
Yeah, I would make it real awkward.
Yeah.
I would
but
too.
I wouldn't necessarily say I was going to leave and run and call India. I feel like that's a slippery slope. I would rather you telling yourself.
Okay.
Than opposed to me telling on you just because you already know you've been called red-handed.
Red-handed.
You know what I'm saying? And I would hate for you to hit me up and be like, you ain't going to tell India, are you? Or to be awkward every time you see me, like, you know.
Hey, see, let me let you know the room real fast. Let me kind of speak to you.
Send me a random cash app. Hey, thanks for all your help on the podcast. Here's $1,000.
Hey, don't tell anybody where you got it from.
So yeah, I just feel like it's when you're friends with both, it's hard.
Yeah.
Now, if we weren't cool and India's my girl, you know, what I'm saying, I only know you in passing, I might be like, you know,
I'm snitching there. I'm not
gonna go out of my way to tell on someone because 9 times out of 10, they probably already know what type of shit you be on.
It's real. It's real.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you're shitting where you're pissing, no.
Pissing where if you're
shitting where you're sleeping.
I think you're supposed to be shitting and pissing so like the toilet, right?
If you're shitting where you're pissing.
You're doing a good job, actually. Body training. You can tell what we on.
You're not supposed to shit where you sleep. Oh my God. What's going on with you?
I told you I was outside.
Yeah, you was outside, all right. Woo!
We back.
So next.
We back. Now let me tell y'all something. What I said is this. If I see you, and I hate to say this, it's a double standard. It's a double standard. I'm gonna keep it real. If I saw Cam out and he out at the bar with Janice. Janice is a good name.
He has an aunt named Janice, so that's weird.
He at the bar with Janice. I'm going to go with Cam like, hey, bro, you know if I can see you, other people can see you too. You not low. Get out now.
Get low.
And I'm going to tell him to get out. That's going to be his warning. Now listen, if he still sits there like a jacket.
You're not telling on camera.
I'm not, but I'm going to go to him like, bro, you got to leave, dog.
I'm not.
You running the spot hot for everybody. Because what's going to happen is this. What if somebody else is going to see him? And they saw me in there with him. Yeah, ask Barrett. He saw Cam too. I'm like, hey, bro, I wasn't even in that spot that night.
Sure.
Now I got it.
I feel like things like that happened when we were like younger. You know what I'm saying?
That
like,
happen now.
Yeah, I would hope that people are a little bit.
Never. First of all, you would never catch me doing anything bad, but you wouldn't. Nigga, Nashville. Tennessee.
Never say nothing.
Right. Tennessee. Are you crazy? You might see me if I'm in Asia or something. Watch out. Watch out.
You're never going to be in Asia by yourself.
Watch out now if I'm in Asia. Hey, I heard that. Never mind. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing. Let's talk about this. Let me ask you this. What about girls and guys trips to other countries where you know that they specialize in certain things?
Listen,
like Colombia. It's funny because I was on X, Twitter, whatever, and one of the tweets, it was something that was a viral trend at the time, and it was like, "Oh, I know if you going on a guy's trip to Colombia or Dominican Republic, I know it's something you are. Like I know what kind of dude you are, whatever."
What?
And it's like you're going there for prostitute. Like I've always heard of Colombia and
prostitute
hoes.
For real?
Yes.
I don't think I know. And I'm not even
only
being
thing you know
oblivious.
is
the Colombian Bam Bam.
What's the band? Oh, okay. I got
It's
you.
booger sugar.
Got you. Well, no, apparently it's Colombian
I did not know. I know
wrinkle pennies.
not Colombian, not Dominican, and it starts with an S. Somebody help me out. Y'all will say it in the comments or whatever. Or y'all might DM me personally to let me know.
Santo Domingo. Nah,
Not Santo Domingo. I don't think it's by Dominican Republic, but it's on the outskirts. But they said also too, while these places may be known for a little prostitution population, it's also good places to golf, good beaches, and good food.
Okay, I'd have to be there.
And good excursions. So now what if you and Cam go together and y'all go to a club and the club is notorious. Now, y'all don't know this.
For swinging?
Not swinging, or prostitution. Y'all don't know this until you get there. And you walk into the club and all of a sudden it's the rush hour. Remember in rush hour, they had the line of women when he walked in and they grabbing all on both of y'all, rubbing you down. Well, do you run out the door or do you keep the party going?
I mean, I don't want no prostitutes rubbing on me. I mean, I just feel like
I already know what you're going to like.
Yeah, bitch, don't touch me. Honestly, I don't like being touched by strangers anyway. So it's like,
I know. That was a good question though. I don't think women should trip unless you just.
I don't think women have issues with going on.
Because women go to Colombian shit too though. And
I think
Dominican.
I think it was more like Jamaica. That's the women be going against some Jamaican.
He ain't lying.
Mandingo.
Y'all do, because y'all be on them little wooden boats.
Rafts. But normally you're on there with a significant other. Are you talking about the men that be sitting there giving the massages?
Yeah, okay. See, know what I'm talking about.
Like,
you see what I'm saying?
But at the same time, I'm not letting one of them stick their muddy clay fingers between my G-string.
I'm not saying that, but what they gonna do, they gonna rub you down, and then when you get done with the excursion, they're gonna say, "Hey, mama, you want to come back home?" Well, I don't know. I'm gonna know what you're making.
I don't know. I'm like, this is giving Colombian.
Do you want to come back home with a Jamaican lover?
And I feel like you can also tell them where to stop. Like, I don't want you putting your handprints on my booty cheeks.
But every girl does it.
Not everyone.
I have never seen.
You can get a massage, but you don't have to rub my booty cheeks.
And this is what so this is going back to the beginning of the conversation. Everything for the Instagram, right? If you know you want that booty cheek handprint on your ass, and if you married, and you post that shit, you asking for a divorce, all problem.
I mean, but I'm not doing that. But I'm still going to post that I was on the motherfucking raft. I would just hope that he would know that I'm not letting the Jamaican bobsled gang put their hands all over me.
It's been Cool Runnings. There's a new meaning to Cool Runnings.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, just like guys do it.
I think it's guys more
girls
than
gonna
girls.
get that groove back too. Don't trip.
I mean, they can, but I think the likelihood is more for y'all. Y'all care less about your privates than we do.
But you got a good point. But at the same time, though, girls, y'all have more access to it. So all the Jamaican men are trying to get y'all. If it's got there in the Uber driver from the airport.
Oh my God.
It's when you in the airport.
Okay, but you got the club workers, you got it's still workers. It's still male and female workers on the resorts. It's still male and female workers everywhere. You can't, and on the streets, if they're prostituting.
You got a good point.
Their body parts.
But it's hand-to-hand contact. I mean, it's transactional with guys. So if you don't know these spots, that's why I say, like, I might not know where to find a prostitute at. If I'm in the Dominican Republic. I don't think you have to find them.
I think they find you.
And see, that's a whole nother level. If you getting unsanctioned prostitutes, you deserve whatever you get next. A divorce, a disease, whatever starts with a D, a ding-a-ling, whatever she pull out.
I wouldn't know, but I feel like to put a bow on it, it depends on like the people that's going on the trip with you.
Okay.
And hopefully, because I wouldn't even say like if they were all single, like if they're all married, because you would be on whatever time.
Whatever.
So
when you out of town,
I'm in enough close friends with men that I'm just friends with.
I ain't enough close friends with women. I'm in a couple of women's close friends, and I appreciate y'all, but y'all don't do nothing but post y'all achievements, which is a great thing, and I applaud y'all.
What you trying to see in a close friend?
Nothing. I just want to see some dirt. Clock it. That's what y'all do.
Clock that too.
Whatever y'all do, clocking it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get to my relationship, because we just gonna have to move the hell on. It's you, it's me. For sure, let me hit the button.
Let her upgrade you.
It's Big Syd.
What would India do?
What I want to be in close friends for. I like to be friends with people.
Anyway, this one says, my wife has a male friend from work that I've always felt a little off about. I recently opened up to her and told her he makes me feel uncomfortable because he's flirty and kind of immature. Fast forward to her birthday party, we invited a bunch of friends, including him. Why? Okay. Even after I talked, they were still being playful. He was touching her hat, complimenting how soft it felt, just doing
touching her what?
Hat.
Oh.
Just doing little things that felt disrespectful, considering that I had already shared with her. I didn't want to make a scene, but I feel like my feelings were totally disregarded. I know it's her birthday, and I don't want to be controlling, but I expect more restraint. So what would you do for me? Or better yet, what would you do if you were her?
That's like, I like that at the end. What would you do if you were me and her? Double-edged sword.
I feel like I don't know why he was invited to the party.
Yeah, it's the first mistake.
If I know that Cameron feels uncomfortable around a certain person, I'm not going to invite them, and he's most definitely not going to invite them to anything he's having for me, and I'm not going to invite them to make him feel more uncomfortable.
Stand on it.
So I feel like, and I don't think it's making a scene if you say something to somebody. Like every confrontation doesn't have to be like an argument. So he could have confronted as a man.
That's good.
I would have been like, hey, like, can I talk to you for a second? And y'all step to the side and be like, hey, I think you're being a little bit too friendly. Like, it's coming off disrespectful, and I like you, or I want to be cordial, but if you if you keep your shit out, I'm about to smack you in the motherfucking mouth. I don't know.
We're going to have a whole issue.
Because I feel like vice versa. If it was a female that I was uncomfortable, with Cameron being around, she's not ever going to be invited to anything. And if she was doing the most, I'm going to make a scene. I don't give a shit where.
We know. Wherever.
Yeah. So I just feel like, and if you feel like your feelings are not being validated, that's cause for another conversation, because at the end of the day, if I've told you something makes me uncomfortable and you're not respecting that, then
you got to beat it.
But they're your husband and wife. So it's not like you be like, well, I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
You got to stick it out. Yeah.
I feel like you got to stand on business with your feelings. And
but then the question, what would you do if you were her?
If I was her, I would say something to the dude, because obviously he didn't say anything to him in that moment, and it's not on him to circle back.
Yeah.
And since he's already addressed it before, she would need to address her friend, like, hey, we gonna have to chill on the key.
Yeah, bro, you doing too much, dog.
Like, why are we touching hats?
And then once again, if I hope it's nothing.
Yeah.
But if it is something,
yeah,
and you doing all that, you're making the block extremely hot. The goal here is to be discreet. If you are doing dirt.
Wait, whoa. Excuse my
You shouldn't saying
yeah.
You shouldn't be doing dirt, period. But if you over here touching me and now you inviting me to the birthday party, either you think now I feel like you think I'm a chump being a man. Because you touching my wife's hat and you telling her how soft it is, and I already got a little problem with you. And now you think I'm chump. So now I'm going to have to handle that. You know what's funny? When me and India first started talking, like we were in like the dating stage, but we had just kind of like made it official, like a referee with a whistle. And I went to Memphis, and I was staying with Ashley, and I don't know if India was staying with me at her house or not. We had went out to the club. Club done closed. And we were out in the club. We went back to the crib, and this dude kept calling. He about 3:00 in the morning. And I'm like, what's going on? And she like, nah, this is my friend. I'm like, nah. He can't, he ain't calling you on no 3:00 on no friend tip. But it is. Like, we haven't seen him in a long time. Listen, I'm going to tell you what. You need to tell Buddy, and I ain't no control for him. You need to tell Buddy that you with somebody, and then you gotta dead all that quick. And she did. Like the next day, she called him, she talked to him, and she deaded it. Now, fast forward, years later, now we married. We went to Houston. Shout out to Ophelia. It was her players' ball. We went to Ophelia's players' ball and we kicked it. You feel me? But Ophelia had a lot of male friends, and India had already met him previously before I got there. And I got there, I pulled up, and one of the dudes was just looking at me. And he just looking. So India, I said, what's wrong with you?
With his looking ass kids.
You notice cuz they really like cool? Mm-hmm. You feel me? I think you just tripping.
Oh, you told me this.
And I'm like, no, I'm not just tripping anyway. Come to find out, I pointed it out. She was like, oh, you're right. I'm like, all right, I'm just ready to go home because the niggas was deep. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't no fool. You know, I ain't finna be like, hey, nigga, what you looking at? Hell no. You got to win to say win. And I just told her, like, you know.
And you wasn't going to win. That night.
Not ran a nigga over with a car. Before I let somebody jump me, I'm running them over. You know, a long time ago, we got jumped. The Kappas got jumped a long time ago. I'm not going to tell y'all the whole story, but we got jumped by a gang of Sigmas at Vanderbilt parking lot. And it wasn't even our fight. And it was some big guys. And they were like...
y'all was some little guys.
We were small. This is the biggest I've ever been, so we were small. And man, they were whooping on us so good, and they were way bigger than us, and they had knocked out the biggest one in the group, Big Phil, because they snuck him. Man, I got in the car. You know what I did?
You started driving.
Ran him over. That's all I can do. A dude punched me in the lip. I grabbed my lip and got in the car.
I grabbed my lip, threw it over my shoulder.
got in the car. Crunk it up. Boop, boop, boop. Hit about 2 of them.
Damn. That's crazy that you say that, because it's funny, because similar situation. I didn't get ganked. None of that. But I was at an AKA event in Chattanooga, and I was sitting in my car waiting for the people that I was with, and one of the persons that I was with, you know who he is.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the car, I was texting, and
he always rowdy though. He was a rowdy kid.
But it wasn't even about him. Well, it was about him, but it was females. So I was sitting in my car, and I'm doing it by myself. Mind you, it was nothing but niggas that rode with me. So I had like 3 guns in the car. I had me. I'm just like not paying attention. I'm in Chattanooga. Like I'm not thinking about danger. One, because like my family is involved in the police department, fire, whatever. So I'm not thinking that any danger is
pull up with the water hose, spray everybody.
So I'm sitting there texting, and I look up, and it's like 3 girls at my window, knocking at the window. And like, had I been thinking, like it was a gun, like it was guns everywhere in my car, man. I would have just pulled one out and just set it on my lap or something, just to like tell them, like show them, like to back.
Yeah, man, I'm not playing with y'all.
But because I was caught off guard, because I didn't see them coming, they were already in my window. I was just like, and I didn't know who they were. And they just started like arguing, and I like rolled my window up. But I'm like, if these girls would have tried to like hit me in my car, I would have just ran them over. That's all you do, just run people down. I'm just like, why would you do that? I had multiple guns in my car, and had I been thinking again, I would have been like, they would have knock, and I'd been like, yeah, ding, school's in, bitch. So, but I was like, the Lord was looking out for y'all that night,
for real,
because that's self-defense,
the castle doctrine.
But I just didn't know. It's like, you really want to fight me over this loser? Just looking back, oh my God.
How many bullets have you dodged in your life? Dudes. not, there's one for real, because I know who she's talking about. And if you ever listen.
Oh my God.
You cool, but.
Anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. We're not going to count.
Okay. I think I dodged 2.
I dodged enough. Everybody that ain't there, that was a bullet that was dodged.
If you ain't there, it's for a reason. God darn it. A dodged bullet. And 2, speaking of friends, because we're friends, if we go out together and I know you, that friend, a hothead friend, we're going to have a talk before we go out nowadays, because I'm too old to be like trying to do any of that. So now I'm only hanging around people who are cool, calm, and collected.
I guess it's all that they see each other.
You ain't gonna be, you ain't no cool on no rah-rah.
I'm not looking for a fight.
Yeah.
I'm never looking to fight anybody. I'm 5'2", 120 pounds.
Soaking wet.
I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty. I'm not trying to get my face smacked, the punch, the scratch.
Girls shouldn't fight anyway.
And I don't want anybody pulling my hair, because that's all that they do. You know what I'm saying? And I will cuss you out though.
Yeah, see, if your name not Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair, you shouldn't be fighting nobody. You shouldn't be fighting nobody.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a fight, and I'm not looking for anything. But it's like, I will say something.
Yeah, and let me tell you what else.
And it might turn into something else.
You can't go out with people like her either. If you go out with somebody like Syd to a restaurant and you have menu anxiety, or you don't like to send your food back, don't go out with.
No, okay.
My girl gonna send the food back if it's lukewarm, if it's not the right temperature, if it's a grain off. This is not to my standard.
No, I'm not like that. The food has to literally be cold or wrong. If I order a medium steak and you bring me well done, that's not right. It needs to. I'm not gonna sit here and just be And you come back like, hey, how's everything taste? It's great.
Good. Like, man, this shit's horrible. That's me.
I'm not doing that.
I'm that guy.
You can send stuff back without being like, and then the kitchen is like, I'm gonna lick her steak or something like that. You can be nice about it.
Go
like,
rub it on the ground.
This isn't, so great. Can we remake it? Or
Yeah.
not? Can I send it to the manager and da 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 da? And just,
And what if they mess it up 2 times? Then they bring Brittany, you send it back the first time, boom. Get it back the second time, boom.
So
send
look,
it back.
this happened to me at Bricktops one time. It was me, Cameron, and Winter, and I was pregnant.
Okay.
And I was big and pregnant actually. So, they saw my belly, my waitress, she was nice. She was black, whoop-de-whoop-de. We're having a good time. Well, when we get the food, Winter's food comes like 10 minutes later. Me and Cameron sitting there looking like, okay, how we got our food? The baby ain't got her food. And then I had ordered steak. My steak was like, well done. The broccoli was raw. It was just like, what? So look, we recently went back to the same Bricktops. This is like, obviously I've had the baby now, We got the same waitress.
Shout out to you.
She was like, y'all food gonna be right today. She made sure everything came out on time. Every ice cube was
you need people like
perfectly
that.
squared.
You need people like
She made sure we had everything that we needed.
You need people like her and James Webb.
But look, had I been like, nah, and we had a bad experience.
Respect, yeah,
so when she would have seen me again, she'd have been like, oh, here this bitch again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nagging ass.
So this time they brought Winter's food out first. They're like,
nice.
You know how the babies get? She had her food like 10 minutes before we did.
She had them with chicken and French fries.
Exactly. But hey, it was hot.
And it was ready.
And it was on time.
And that's all you can do. Keep it up for Bricks. I hate Bricks. I can't believe you. Like Bricks. Let me do this. Hold on, let me get some.
Now unqualified advice
Let
from
me
B
get
Love
to it.
and B Love's RelationTIP.
Man, it's pollen kicking my ass, my nose running. I gotta hurry up and get off here. But I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I do. I need. But anyway, check this out. I surveyed 7 guys, and that's all it took. And all 7 guys said, you know what they want from their woman. So, ladies, this is for you. They just want somebody nice. They don't want no problems. They just want somebody nice. So it goes in right with what we just talked about. Ladies out there, and I'm not saying you have to acquiesce to your man, but your man wants somebody nice and somebody who's happy to be in their presence. No, I said this a long time ago. Nobody wants a maddie. We all want a baddie because we don't want to be a saddie. We don't want to be in the house sad because you don't know what to say to your woman, because if you say the wrong thing, she's going to be mad. So with that being said, we just want somebody nice. You know, when y'all first started dating, well, I can reminisce. Me and India first started dating. We would just hang out, sit on the couch, and we would just chill. We watch the same TV shows. She may not like the Patriots. She would sit there and watch football with me all day and just chill. Then after we did that, she would get naked on the drop of a dime. Now, this is not all about India. It could be. But now, we don't watch TV. She might get an attitude if I ask her about the Patriots. And I don't want that. Every guy surveyed, it was 7 of us, and I think we speak for all guys, when we just want somebody nice. A little bit of nice can make life so much easier. Give it up.
What do you think we want?
The world? You want nice, you want mean, you want a thug, you want everything. Better get that nigga. What he do? You want it all. You don't want me to be one way. You want me to be ambidextrous. You want me to be right hand and left hand.
Oh, okay, Barry.
You want me to be 20/20
and what do y'all want? Y'all want us to have big titties and big ass. You want us to have long hair and short hair. Want us to shut up, want us to cook, want us to talk, want us to clean, want us to fucking suck. Talking about we want some nice.
We just want somebody nice.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Nice and
Angela Simmons. I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
Back in the day when they had the TV show, what was the TV show called? Run's House.
Yeah.
And she was in college, and then Rev Run bought her a car. She didn't ask for it. She didn't say nothing. She wanted it. He just got her a car. And I remember him saying, when you do the right thing, some stuff you don't even got to ask for. You just get. Just you're doing the right thing. If you're nice from us, we'll give you the world. You gotta ask for nothing. I'm gonna be the man you need and you want me to be if you be nice.
Very. And then we be nice and then y'all do some shit to piss us off. So, no.
But see, y'all piss off meter is so short. It's not like you got a long leash for BS. So the nicer you are, the more I'm going to try not to piss you off. I'm going to watch out for potholes. I'm telling you what we want.
Absolutely
I'll give you an
not.
example. My homeboy, he told me I could say I got his permission. My homeboy went to a restaurant, sat in the drive-thru for his woman. He sat in the drive-thru for more than 40 minutes because it was a hood restaurant, but it was the only thing around. When he got the food, he took it back to her. She opened it up. Now, he had been gone like 50 minutes.
It was the wrong food.
She opened it up, looked at it, and she said, "You ain't give me no hot sauce?" Then he said, "But I got you the chicken and everything else." And she said, "Well, I guess I'll eat the okra because I can't eat chicken with no hot sauce." Took the bag, walked off. That's not nice.
Yeah, that's ungrateful.
We just want somebody to be nice.
But that is, so I think
nice.
Okay, that is nice. That's one example.
That's it. That's it.
But I can give the same example. And I didn't sit here and clean up the house all day and cook the niggas some dinner.
Read the shit you sent me the other day.
What is it? What did I say?
You sent me, you said, men just magically wonder how tissue gets there, how toothpaste gets there.
Oh, yeah. I sent you
that was good, yeah. That was good.
It was. Hold on.
And I said,
yeah, no, but don't even say what you said.
Yeah.
It says, have you ever wondered what it's like being a husband? One day you're low on toothpaste and the next day a new tube appears. And someone else responded and said, seriously. Oh, wait. Okay. She said, seriously, can you imagine what it must feel like to just walk around the house and not even to think? And she put the stars around think about if there's enough Windex, toilet paper, shampoo, soap, dish, detergent, dryer sheets. It's just always there. A whole level of stress, just non-existent. Non-existent also had the stars. But I mean, it'd be like that.
And women, y'all do a hell of a job.
Yeah.
With like keeping the house in line.
So it's
I'm
like,
not
if
knocking
you
that.
see me doing that, and then you don't help, X, Y, Z, that might cause me to be a little not nice.
All right, well, listen,
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. Isn't that what they call it?
That's what they say, but I feel like
every rose has a sword.
The nicer you are, the more dryer sheets I remember to buy too. Give it up for the nice girl.
I think we're going to agree to disagree to that one.
Say hello to the bad guy, good guy. Say hello to the asshole. It's a good song. Tell the people they can find you.
_ Syd the Kid.
The nice guy. You can find me being nice to my wife, and hopefully my wife is twice as nice to me. B Love 1911 on social media. She and our podcast on Instagram and everybody else. If you made it this far, subscribe to YouTube. I should have said it in the beginning, but oops. And in the meantime, in between time, it's been real. It's been fun. Syd, I out.